Good afternoon, good evening, Super Metroid fans. Thank you for your patience. I'm the Hockey Towner, hopefully to be joined by Oshino, and welcome to another installment of the Super Metroid Prodigy Tournament 2019. Tonight's race, which is already underway, starting at Series Station, is between the Link, the Hero of Time 64, and Jaychalke. Let's give a round of applause for these runners. Our runners have discovered the baby Metroid in that convenient carrying case and are damaging themselves down to make this forced Ridley fight a little bit faster. Jaychalke taking a little bit of steam damage there on the stairs. Link, Hero of Time, going for his escape, gets steamed in the elevator shaft. Finishing up series with a time of 39 seconds. Jaychalke not far behind with 41 seconds. Although it looks like their timers aren't synced up, so I think Jaychalke might have a very slight lead here. All right, our runners are making their way down to the surface of planet Zebes. Ship coming to a nice soft landing there, and they'll start heading into Criteria to start collecting some major items necessary for progression in this game. Now, what's so special about this tournament is all these runners are new to the any percent category. Many seasoned Super Metroid players, but with a lot of rando experience, a lot of experience in other categories, but very limited amount of any percent experience. But some runners are also completely new to the game and category itself. If you'll bear with me for a moment, I'll pull up their PBs and we'll find out just what kind of race we might have in store for us this evening. Our runners have made their way through Old Torian, past the old Mother Brain Room, and down into classic Blue Brinstar to pick up the Morph Ball, the first major item of the game. Allows Samus to turn into a ball, make her way through small one-tile gaps, and to answer the eternal question, why can't Metroid crawl? All right, both runners have collected not only the Morph Ball, but their first missile packs. This allowed them to open pink doors, as well as do damage to a lot of different enemies, a huge variety of enemies and bosses in this game. Definitely a progression item, but considered a minor pickup. Jaychalke beginning his climb, going with the right side wall jumps. Really fluid movement to make that one-tile gap between the platform and the wall. Commentator curse strikes again. I just had to say something. But no, Jaychalke is still looking really great. Looks like Link Hero Time, on the other hand, is just going strictly for ledge grabs, sticking to the platforms as he makes his climb. So our runner's PB is Jaychalke came into the tournament, a PB during the tournament, I should say, with a 55.49. Link Hero of Time has a PB of 1 hour and 2 minutes, so not a lot of time between these two runners. Jaychalke the first to grab bombs, and he'll start his bomb Torizo fight, but Link Hero of Time not far behind him, only maybe 7 seconds. Bomb Torizo comes to life, and Jaychalke delivering those pea shooter shots, shooting the drops. They're shooting those, shooting whatever it is BT shoots out of his mouth to get drops, to get missile drops. Getting bad luck there on the second set of drops, mostly health. Let's see Link Hero of Time as he, staggered missile drops. Very nice. Jaychalke finishing off Bomb Torizo. Link Hero of Time blowing open Bomb Torizo's chest, getting great missile drops, finishing off Bomb Torizo without the decapitation animation. So both runners will now make their way towards Terminator to pick up the first E-Tank of the game, but before that, they have to attempt the swaggiest, the Alcatraz escape. Very nice job by Jaychalke. First try Alcatraz, no sweat. First to reach Terminator. Link Hero of Time, first time Alcatraz as well. Give it up for these runners. This is a hype race. Be sure to follow both these runners if you're enjoying the hype race that's unfolding before us. There's a chat command, and I think I'll type it in, but if you feel like typing it in, go for it too.
Hello, hello.
All right, Super Metroid fans, we are now joined by the legendary Oshino. Thank you, Oshino, for joining us. Glad you got your computer working.
Yeah, nothing like a last-minute blue screen of death, huh?
Oh yes, nothing. Right before you're about to log on to commentary, and just pow, get that BSOD. My goodness. Well, really, really happy you could join us right now. The race is unfolding, and you take it from here.
All right. Well, what I'm currently seeing is Jaychalke picked up his early supers, and Link Hero of Time just got that really nice mock ball coming in for the early supers.
Absolutely. Terrific movement by both these runners early. And Link Hero Time definitely, you might say punching above his weight because there's a solid 7 minutes between the two runners in terms of PB, but Link Hero Time definitely keeping pace with Jaychalke.
Oh yeah, he's not going to let that gap get too big, that's for sure.
Right on. So it looks like Jaychalke's the first to make it to Pink Brinstar. He's going to head down, grab that missile peg, grab that extremely important charge beam. But this looks like it's just an item fanfare really separating Link and Jay.
Jaychalke grabbing the charge beam. Let's see how many wall jumps it takes for him to get out of the charge beam area. There is a pixel perfect jump that you can do leaving that area where you could jump up and just barely miss the wall, and then it only takes 2 wall jumps to get up, and that would be called Up and 2 is the family-friendly name for it.
Right you are, and Speed Gaming is a family-friendly channel, of course.
Oh yes. Jaychalke having a pretty good green hill zone. Let's see how Link Hero of Time does. Gets the mock ball, getting the bounce on. Hits the hopper a little bit, but that's fine. We're going to keep going. Getting trolled by the gate a little bit. And he's out of there.
Now I wonder here if we're going to see a Sloter's refill visit. No, Jaychalke skipping Sloter's refill. It has just under a full tank of energy, so I guess he thinks, hey, I got enough energy to fight Kraid, no problem.
Yeah, depending on how much damage you take in Green Hill Zone and in the Big Pink Criteria area, there can definitely be, Big Pink Brinstar area, there can definitely be sometimes where this loader's refill can be necessary, depending on your skill level and everything like that. Otherwise, it can be pretty tight getting into Kraid. Anywhere between, I would say, 80 and 50 health is typically what people show up to Kraid with.
Now here's an interesting play. Link Hero Time going for Spazer, so upgrading his firepower before this Kraid fight, but Jaychalke just heading straight into Kraid's warehouse.
Oh yeah, Spazer is definitely not a bad choice to be picked up by some of the newer runners. Spazer is a lot more powerful than just your regular pea shooter, so you're able to kill a lot of these monsters in one hit. It also spaces out the beam pattern so that it's a little bit easier to hit things. Oh, Jay being a little risky in there with the key hunters, but he seems to take them all out with missiles, and he's on his way to Kraid.
Ooh, taking a blast from that space pirate.
He's got this. He's a professional.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, got health bombed by Mini Kraid. Didn't get all that cluster of super drops. So I think he has just enough ammunition to go for the missile Kraid quick kill, but it looks like he's backtracking. Yeah, now he'll shoot Mini Kraid again to get all those supers.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to farm a super from those bugs, but I think the drop rate for the supers from the bugs is really not that. All right, here we go. Jaychalke entering Kraid. There's two different kinds of quick kill methods, just like Hockey Towner mentioned. There is the 2 missile kill, and there's the charge shot kill. And with Jaychalke having 4 super missiles and him not setting up right on the edge of the ledge, it looks like he's going to go for the charge. Now, using the charge beam, it's actually going to freeze Kraid's hand in the lower position, just like that, and it allows him to unload 4 supers into his mouth at strategic. So Kraid's mouth has 3 different positions that it can open, and it's like a little bit open, it's kind of halfway open, like a Pogger's face, and then it's all the way open, and he's just hungry and ready for some missiles. So if you hit him right in that halfway open position, in the Pogger's position, then his mouth will actually stay open for 40 more frames, and it allows you to just unload super missiles right into his mouth.
Oh, Link Hero Time just missed that last super as Kraid's mouth clamped shut. Oshino, terrific explanation on the technical nuance of both quick kills and as well as the mechanic for Kraid's mouth opening. Link Hero Time finishing off Kraid, grab his various suit, but Jaychalke already with his various suit will head down to Norfair.
Oh yeah, Link Hero Time still had a really good Kraid fight, even though he did get the stand-up glitch, shall we call it. He still got 3 of the supers in there, which meant that Kraid only needed 1 regular missile to be killed after that, which is really not a terrible loss of time.
Right you are.
Alright, Jaychalke leaving the Kraid area. Let's see if he can get the mouth. It doesn't seem to go for it, just goes for a nice consistent strat, which is always nice.
So Link Hero Time, in that door transition, I believe it's when you're exiting right before the key hunter room. If you jump through that door, you manipulate the key hunter's position to make it a lot easier to escape that room. Is that correct?
That is actually correct. Jumping through that room will actually bait the key hunters to swoop down to the right as opposed to down towards that crack where you're jumping up. And it makes that escape much easier to leave through that area.
That's a terrific strat. I'd like to incorporate that into my own runs because I always just stand under there and shoot up and lose a bunch of time.
And, you know, it's not really that much of a difficult change to incorporate. Even if you do something like that, if you jump and turn into a morph ball, then you'll tend to get booped upwards and out of the crack, and that'll also help.
That's a terrific tip. Yeah, you just kind of do it almost like a, not really strictly speaking a deep boost, but I guess it could be considered a deep boost to just kind of bump out of that crack.
Yeah, somewhat. A lot of runners will opt to do that when we get to the Bubble Mountain area as well for King Cac, because King Cac likes to puff up like a puffer fish and shoot you with the spikes when he can. And if you turn into a morph ball, you actually won't get booped away from the ledge, and you'll keep your momentum in the direction you're going, and you'll tend to land on top every.
That's terrific strats, terrific tips from Oshino. We'll see how our runners will contend with Bubble Mountain. Bubble Mountain can be a little tricky for newer and seasoned runners alike. But it looks like Jaychalke's going to be the first one to make it to Bubble Mountain. Link Hero Time really not that far behind, just grabbing his high jump boots.
Yep, Link Hero Time only 2 rooms away still. This is still anybody's map. Jaychalke making quick work of that waiver, comes up, makes it over King Kak, dethrones the King Kak, and is on his way to pick up the speed booster.
In the words of Crunchy Legs, fellow commentator and tournament participant, the king is dead, long live the king.
Link Hero of Time getting the nice pseudo screw to get rid of that little pink guy that flies around. He's kind of annoying. So Link Hero of Time also demonstrating, I would say, an underrated strat for the Rising Lava Room is going underneath. It's a really simple strat. Turn into a morph ball and just kind of skip over all the platforming involved there, and the little seahorse fire dragons trying to shoot at you. Just go right underneath it all and then pop up at the top and jump right out.
Absolutely. It makes, you don't have to worry about falling into the lava. You're already in the lava, so no sweat.
Yep.
Looks like Link here at Time had a little bit of trouble from that waiver at Bubble Mountain, but he's over Bubble Mountain now. Will collect his speed booster. Jaychalke heading into the wave beam room. Gotta make sure not to KO through these platforms. It can be tricky.
Yes, this room can be very tricky. This room, I believe the technical term for it is called double chamber, and I tend to play it a lot safer for those platforms at the beginning. I know that there's a lot of people that'll jump right through the door, but I personally like to wait a little bit so I can kind of like cool my nerves before I try to go do my jumps and everything like that, because more often than not I will find myself falling down. But Jaychalke not falling down at all, makes quick work of that room and is going to be on his way.
I like that D boost to make it to the crumble blocks instead of taking more spike damage. That's really terrific. And a very, very nice run and jump, wall jumping off the platform to escape. As Oshino astutely pointed out, the double chamber.
Yes, very nice double chamber room from Jaychalke. Let's see how Link Hero of Time does here. See, just like me, nice and patient. See how he waited right at the end?
Me too, Oshino. Slow and steady.
Easy.
Consistent. Gotta be consistent.
Falling
Low
down
risk.
is slower than falling down. Yeah, falling down is slower than being a little patient.
No, that's an excellent point. I mean, the falling down, that can definitely cost you a lot of time. I don't know how many times I've taken 3 to 4 jumps to get back up to those platforms.
Yeah, they can be tricky and trolly. All right, Jaychalke leaving the North area, had a pretty good segment down there. Didn't get attacked by the King Kak, had a pretty good double chamber. We're coming up on the red.
I think he's setting up for Alpha Spark here.
Let's see if he's going to get it. Alpha Spark is called Alpha Spark because it is one of the very first Shine Sparks you will do in the game. He's going to shoot this Kak, jump, shoot the door open, and go right in. That's not exactly how it's supposed to go. But it was a good attempt. A
terrific attempt. Just a little bit of a, he just wanted to see the integrity of that ceiling, the floor of the Spazer walkway. Just had to make sure that it was structurally sound, Samus is not only a bounty hunter, but also, a hobbyist structural engineer.
She's good at finding all the broken blocks in the wall, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Link Hero Time making his way through Business Center. Looks like he's going to have the early ice pickup. That'll make Red Tower very, very simple. Won't have to worry about hero shot or wall jumping and then shooting or ledge grabbing or anything. You can just freeze I believe they're rippers. You can freeze the rippers and, just jump straight up.
It'll also avoid him having to pick it up later on in the game. So that means that he could take the upper route on the way down to Lower Nerfer as opposed to the Croc Speedway.
Absolutely. Jaychalke with a nice swaggy D-boost to pick up those alpha PBs. Let's see if he gets the D-boost on the way out.
That can be a tricky D-boost, man. And if you miss it, it's that unintended botany.
Well, he got a D-boost. I don't know if it was the intended one, but he got it. That's good. Setting a nice pace here early.
Link Hero of Time freezing both of those little platform zoomers, gets the mock ball leaving the early ice area. Very nice.
That was a terrific exit by Link. Very, very nice movement.
Jaychalke laying his power bomb here, both to kill the crab so he can kind of farm some extra power bombs, maybe some health if he can, and it also opens up that yellow door at the bottom of the chamber so he doesn't have to worry about opening it up on his way back through. Setting up for the Ocean Fly Spark to get across the moat. Gets it, easy every time.
Now he'll set up for the Ocean Spark. First try. Easy every time, just like you said, Oshino. And Link Hero Time visiting the Sloater's refill. I like this play. Before heading up Red Tower, Hellway can be pretty costly as far as HP, but more importantly, he'll go in with as high HP as possible into Fantoon, into Rex Ship.
Jaychalke entering into Fantoon. Let's see what kind of setup he goes for. He currently does not have Power Bomb selected, which leads me to believe that maybe he might be going for the Poplars Fantoon. And the Poplars Fantoon is two missiles, followed by an X Factor. Link Hero of Time falling into the Vile Plumes, a little unfortunate. I believe each time you fall into the Vile Plumes, it's 6 seconds. The eye opening on Jaychalke's Fantoon, but he unfortunately misses the middle. Setting up for it. Power Bomb selected and gets the X Factor. Really good first.
Just got to keep an eye on that HP for Jaychalke. Wow, what a terrific Fantoon. Opens up
Easy
with the missile X Factor. And then I believe Dopplers and a super missile to finish off Fantoon. That ghost is busted.
Yes, very good 2-round from Jaychalke. You can see the celebratory wall jumps, and he is out of there.
That was just a terrific fight. Link Hero Time, though, making his way up to Criteria. Couple of sparks, and he'll be in the Rex Ship. And we'll see how his Fantoon fight goes. As Jaychalke makes his way up through Rex Ship, grab those crucial super missiles. They're on the way, you might as well grab them. And then heading up to the attic. Attic can be also another tricky room in this game. Most newer runners like me just elect to just shoot everything as quickly, quote unquote, as possible. But there are multiple strategies to completing attic a little bit faster.
Link Hero of Time making good way on the way over to the Rex Ship, going for the short charge. His taps are a little bit off. Missed the down input there. Let's try one more time. And he is on the way.
Looks like Jaychalke went for a charge there to spark across. The attic missed it, so he just had to mop up the enemies with missiles. But Link Hero Time heading into his Fantoon fight. Jaychalke, though, is almost ready to go bowling. Fantoon opening with a slow pattern for Link Hero Time. Jaychalke jumping across bowling. taking that spike damage. Swaggly D-boosting at the end there. Link Hero Time going for the Dopplers and landing quite a few missiles on Phantoon. Oh, got caught up in that fast pattern. It didn't look like he was super ready for it. Just Phantoon clamped that eye shut really quickly.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate.
Oh, and the flames, the wall of flames dropping from the ceiling. This Phantoon is just so trolly. Setting up for more Dopplers.
That was a really good Doppler that he just had there. Got plenty of missiles in on that round. He made up for it.
Absolutely. Now mid-pattern, finishing him off with a super missile as Jaychalke grabs his gravity suit. Get that purple people eater paint job on that suit. Looking swaggy, so fresh and so clean, but especially, more importantly, able to move through the water so easily. So Jaychalke's headed straight for the Meridia tube.
Link Hero Time leaving the Phantoon room. His ammo's looking pretty good. He's got really good power bombs, really good supers, really good missiles. The health is a little bit low, unfortunately. With this low health, it'll make his Attic Spark attempt, if he does go for Attic Spark, a little bit difficult, but we'll see if he sets up for maybe an ammo.
So Jaychalke's back into Red Brinstar. He'll start heading straight down through the Hellway, back down Red Tower. Let's see if he goes for these D boosts here. Well, with only 75 HP, probably not.
Safety
Does a quick
strat.
farm up. No, sorry about that, Oshino. Go ahead.
Oh, I said safety strats.
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like Link Hero Time opening with a power bomb to soften up those key hunters and those atomics. And now, yeah, it looked like he set up for the spark, just barely missing it. So now just delivering super missiles, regular missiles, whatever it takes to destroy the rest of these enemies. Jaychalke hitting up that Sloater's refill, or if you're into that sort of thing, some people have been known to call it Sloaty's refees.
That'll ensure that he has.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Oshina.
I was going to say the Slaughter's refill will allow him to have plenty of HP, both for the Mount Everest spark as well as a little bit of a safety margin for the bot.
Link Hero Time farming up those rays, farming up those enemies. I think he's got plenty of HP now to make it across bowling. Might have actually done a stutter tap. Might be going for a spark. Oh no, he's just gonna jump straight across. And Jaychalke's into Meridia, getting trolled by that fish trying to go into that vertical section. And gives it the business before jumping through that door.
He said, "Not today, fish."
And sets up for that Everest spark. Perfect execution. Link Hero Time gets a little breather. I love the bowling cutscene. It lets you, if you want, set the controller down, collect your thoughts, kind of refocus if you need to. It's a nice little interlude about at the halfway point of the run. And Jaychalke selecting Power Bomb, so he's going to open with a X Factor against Botwoon.
Just a little bit late on the X Factor. Opting to try to finish him off with the supers.
A little bit errant on those super missiles. I mean, Botwoon has a really tough hitbox, but yeah, he'll have to use charge shots now. Botwoon giving Jaychalke a little bit of trouble here. This could be what Link needs in order to catch up.
Botwoon is definitely a slippery snake, man.
That crafty water sausage. So now selecting missiles and just burning through them, trying to hit that darn hitbox. Finally finishes off Botwoon. I'm sure he wants that one back, but he'll have to farm up before Dragon.
Link Hero of Time went for the damage boost in the Vileplume hallway, and took a little bit of extra damage, a little unintended. He probably looking to hit the Slaughter's refill on the way over to Botwoon.
Absolutely, with 55 HP, 3 tanks total. Yeah, absolutely. Good play by Link. And now Jaychalke gonna farm some more. Getting great drop log, filling up his missiles and super missiles very, very rapidly.
The extra super missiles that he's farming here will be a great help against Dragon, because if you happen to miss your short charges or you miss any of your shine sparks against him, supers are a great.
Jay setting up for the halfie, but just barely ran out of time on his shine spark. But a great attempt nonetheless. And now Link Hero Time making his way up into Meridia after shattering the tube.
Misses the top of that wall jump and falls down a little bit, but we'll make it back. Jaychalke coming on into Dragon. Let's see how this fight's gonna go. So the thing about Dragon is the only boss that you can actually kill with Shine Sparks. He's the only boss that has an arena that's large enough for you to charge a Shine Spark, and it also happens to be the optimal strategy. So the typical openings that we'll see here are just a standard X Factor or a Rain Dance X Factor. Looks like we're setting up for just a standard X Factor here. Gonna let the X Factor go, jump up, and Shine Spark Dragon right in the. So now after this, Dragon has two different patterns that she can do. She can either do a goop pattern or she can do a swoop pattern. Unfortunately, she went for the goop pattern, and Jaychalke has gotten grabbed. In order to escape Dragon's big hug that she wants to give you whenever she goops you, you have to input directions on the D-pad 60 times for. Jaychalke setting up for another short charge, just barely misses it. But now has the opportunity to unload some of those supers that he saved up for. Getting grabbed again, but we're going to mash on out of this and we're going to be all. Easy fight. So now Jaychalke has Dragon down, and Link Hero Time is finishing off Botwoon. Looks like he might have missed some of the supers on the first round and is opting to finish Botwoon off with the Charge Ice Wave Spazer combo, which is a good way to go. Charge Ice Wave Spazer, I believe, does the same amount of damage as a super.
It's a really good play. And then before that, in Aqueduct, I believe Link picked up at least the super missile pack at Aqueduct. So he definitely starting the fight with at least, I think, 15 supers, only using up 7 of them, picking up some from Botwoon. So he's going to head into Dragon without having to do much farming.
Link Hero of Time picking up that energy tank, leaving the Botwoon area. Very conveniently played. Right after a boss fight, just in time for another boss fight.
Absolutely, it's just one of those great pickups in an any percent run that just it ensures you have full HP. You know, like you said, right after a boss fight and right before another one. Very, very crucial pickup. It looks like Link's farming up full missiles. So his ammo's completely strapped as he heads towards Coliseum. Jaychalke making his way through Attack Alley, avoiding too much damage on the spikes. And so now he'll be going to pick up the Plasma Beam.
Plasma Beam is a great beam. So Plasma Beam is picked up in the Kraid Phantoon Dragon Ridley route for Super Metroid at any percent. It is the strongest beam combo that we can pick up, and it allows your beam to pierce. It is significantly stronger than the Ice Wave Spazer combo that's used in the newer route. In order to take down Mother Brain and Ridley with Ice Wave Spazer, it takes 60 charge shots, and with the Plasma Beam, it only takes 20, so tripling our damage.
Not to mention that it does have that beautiful green color without Ice Beam.
Sure does.
Looks like Link's setting up for short charges against Dragon. As Jaychalke obliterates those pink plasma guarding pirates.
Unfortunately, Goop sparking and hitting this ceiling. So sparking when you're already in a jumping formation can be kind of a tricky mechanic in the game. It turns out if you just jump straight up when you have a Shine Spark charged, you'll go check out the ceiling, and it's really not that great. So the only way to Shine Spark in midair is to spin jump it first, and then you have to break spin using either an up input on the D-pad or by pushing angle up. After that, then you can push jump in a direction, and you will Shine Spark in the direction that you
I think I just said earlier too, Oshino, Link has Spazer, Wave, and Ice Beam equipped, and I believe those charge shots will do as much as a super. But just Dragon swooping very quickly, the gooping just I know you can lay a power bomb to clear the goop. Oh, he's through Dragon. Who needs advice? Who needs tactics? No sweat for Link. Link's defeated Dragon. So that's
he's got this.
Excellent,
He's
excellent.
a professional.
And Jaychalke has returned to Norfair, so now he'll be heading to grab Ice Beam and likely taking the south route, the Croc Speedway, to the lower Norfair elevator. And Link Hero Time has picked up a great progression item, the Space Jump, which, as Sephi / Antinomy would say, it actually enables Samus to jump through space. And with this newfound ability of space jumping, really improves rooms like Coliseum. If you don't have a blue suit or a spark suit, you can't, store that charge and then spark across the reverse halfie, but you can definitely just spam the space jump all the way across.
Jaychalke, speaking of space jump, having a very graceful exit out of the ice area, not bonking the ceiling at any.
Link Hero Time with a really nice Cack Attack alley. Didn't take any damage from the spikes. Just, like you said, graceful movement from both of these runners as they definitely strap themselves in for the rest of the ride in this mid-game.
Jaychalke, interesting, opting to skip the Nutella refill.
If he skips Nutella refill, I wonder if Firefly is going to come into play here.
Firefly is definitely a good backup, depending on how his worst room in the game and the following room go.
Sure. I can see him definitely grabbing Firefly if he's really low on HP. But, yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
Link Hero of Time picking up his Plasma Beam. Making quick work of all the pirates in there.
And over on Jaychalke, those drums can mean only one thing. Jaychalke is into lower Norfair. This is the area of the game that just really puts any runner of any skill levels, just maxes out. Maximum challenge really puts their skills to the test.
Yes, lower Norfair is definitely a difficult segment of the game. Jaychalke setting up and getting the fast pillars. I saw that he accidentally went through the door. I'm pretty sure that was unintentional because it looked like he was just kind of taking some little tiny hops trying to get set up. into the door so that he can make the short charge, but ended up going through on accident, but still got the fast pillars.
I like that. Very safe strat for worst room in the game, just electing to blow away those gold pirates with plasma shots. The enemies can't damage you if they're dead, so I mean he can just, jump up there, lay that power bomb, and not even stress about it. So really,
That's very
really
true.
really nice strategy by Jaychalke there, especially to maintain his HP. Although he is looking at 187 HP, you got to think Firefly, or at least like a very intensive farming session before Ridley is going to be appropriate here. And he's going straight down. Yeah, he's not going to Firefly. Goes to show you, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, definitely just going full YOLO, it seems.
He definitely made pretty good work of that key hunter room. He was dodging them pretty well. That last one kind of got him trapped in a corner a little bit, but only taking one hit through that key hunter room is still really.
Now he's into Wasteland. He had super missiles selected. Opting to shoot the Disgigas, probably very safe strat, especially with his HP.
Oh, definitely.
Have a massive hitbox. And they do a ton of damage. They hit like a freight train. Link Hero Time, as you said, taking the north route. So not having to go grab Ice Beam, not having to go down Croc Speedway.
Jaychalke coming up on the Metal Pirates. The Metal Pirates are only vulnerable when they turn yellow. So there's a couple different ways that you can take them out. You kind of jump over them and debate them, and then they will turn yellow when they try and high jump kick you in the throat, and that's when you just blast them in the face. Jaychalke choosing to Shine Spark through the next room makes quick work of getting through there. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit of health to do that, but I think we're going to see a farm from him in this next. Jaychalke debating, are we going to farm, we going to go, we going to farm, we going to go?
Good call, Jaychalke. Ridley can be really, really trolly, and just anytime you run into Ridley does a ton of damage, so I like this play from Jaychalke. I love the deliberation too, just turning back and forth. I'm getting pulled in two different directions here, and Jaychalke thinks. I think he made the right call here.
3, almost 4 E-tanks, calculated health. Yes, I'd say that we're ready to go.
Link Hero Time not going for fast pillars, instead just dropping some power bombs to make it through those pillars. Only needing 2 power bombs, so he has plenty of ammunition for the rest of Lower Norfair. Jaychalke starting his Ridley fight, opening with some calculated charge beams, precise delivery, allowing Ridley to pogo, slipping underneath, and continuing to deliver charge shots. He's already got the first color change on Ridley. Very nice. While Link having a little trouble keeping that space jump, but a really nice, lower half of the worst room of the game, destroying those pirates.
I think Ridley's dead.
Yeah, Jaychalke just unloading with those super missiles to finish the Ridley fight. Beautiful job by Jaychalke. Ridley is down. That's all 4 golden 4 bosses.
Pretty good health from that Ridley, but he's opting to pick up the energy tank anyway. Definitely a safe bet. Gives him 1 more E-tank for the Mother Brain fight, as well as allows him to be a little bit more reckless on his.
For sure. And now Link Hero Time, definitely going for Firefly. I think he only had maybe 114, 117 HP. So this will give him 5 tanks going in against Ridley.
Not a bad play at all.
Jaychalke will make his escape, or start his escape from Lower Norfair. He's scored a spark running through the acid. I think he was meaning to spark across the Metal Pirates room.
Link Hero of Time strategically shooting the plasma beam at the key hunters as he runs through them allows him to take advantage of the enemy's iframe so he can clip through them without taking any damage.
That was really a brilliant room by Link. I mean, he used the charge beam to drop those bombs and break those blocks, and his key hunter avoidance was just absolutely first class.
Ooh, Jaychalke setting him for the speedball, leaving the wasteland. Let's see if he's going to get it second try.
That trick is so swaggy, it's definitely worth a couple of tries. Now Link's in against the Metal Pirates. Jaychalke was able to destroy them in a single pattern. But Link Hero Time playing it safe, definitely delivering 2 charge shots on the Metal Pirates jumps. And he's through. He's headed straight for Ridley with really nice ammunition. Jaychalke continuing his lower Norfair escape.
Lower Norfair escape being definitely one of the most perilous parts of the speedrun.
Absolutely. Even with Jaychalke having 5 energy tanks for picking up that Ridley tank, I mean, those key hunters they pack a wallop. Every enemy just is out to kill you. So we'll see how Jaychalke contends with those run-ending 3 amigos. 3 key hunters in this vertical section, while Link Hero Time starting his Ridley fight.
Yeah, as we see, Jaychalke left Ridley. He took the Ridley E-Tank, had 5 full E-Tanks, and is now down to 1. Just shows exactly how perilous the lower Norfair escape is.
Ridley being an absolute troll to Link. That tail is absorbing a couple of his charge shots. But I think Link's already got the first color change on Ridley, manipulating that pogo, trapping Ridley, delivering those charge shots, taking to the air, avoiding Ridley's swoop, but oh, that tail just keeps eating his shots. But I think he's got Ridley on the ropes here. He's very, very dark pink and starting to increase his aggressiveness. He might actually be dead already.
For sure. I think Ridley is dead or might only have 1 more shot left because he's choosing to swoop again instead of picking him up.
Link's got to be very
There he
careful.
goes.
Ooh, man, there we go. Ridley's down for Link. And looks like Link's going for the Ridley tank too, so this will give him 6 E-tanks. That'll be great for the Mother Brain fight, and it'll also make this escape, you know, as easy as it can be.
Oh yes, again, as reckless as he wants to be now.
Jaychalke's made his way back to Meridia, so he'll just space jump away. And we'll see what becomes of the Sephi fish. It's been a very, very controversial topic in this Prodigy Tournament 2019, is what to do with the Sephi fish.
Wow, that was actually really close. I've actually contemplated that strat once or twice, trying to shine spark through and get all the way into the Sephi fish room, but that was the first like really close attempt I've actually. Jaychalke opted to charge the shine spark and then shot a missile and was chasing it up in hopes that the missile would open the door.
That's a terrific attempt at a really interesting strategy, and that just goes to show you that in this tournament, I mean, you see a lot of stuff you might not normally see, and a lot of variety of different strategies and tactics.
Jaychalke choosing to farm the crabs really quick. They have a pretty good shot of giving a large health or a power. Jaychalke with the save at the ship. A very, very good decision at this point. The ship will fully refill his health and ammunition and allow him a nice little safety save if he chooses it.
For sure, you had to think when he was entering Criteria with only 50 HP, you know, you think, all right, is he going to take a ship save here? And he certainly does. Now, let's see if he gets this space boost through the parlor. Can't believe the community hasn't come up with a name for this yet.
It is a pretty nice strat.
Just running out of speed echoes as he made it to the wall, but really, really nice attempt.
Link Hero of Time coming up on the Three Musketeers. A nice tight area with 3 key hunters. The key hunters doing 50 damage, which were with each touch into your hitbox, is opting to just kill all 3 of them and make this a nice tame.
Jaychalke into G4 in about 50 minutes, so setting a pretty nice pace here. We'll see what Link Hero Time can do. I was looking at the PBs, and you know, we'll see. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to commentate or curse anybody, but we'll definitely see. I think PB is out of reach for Jaychalke right now, but who knows what could happen in the rest of this race.
Typically about this point from Golden 4 to the end of the game, I believe it's somewhere between 8 minutes 15 seconds, depending on skill level, how well you do Metroid rooms, how well your boss fights go, how well you can baby skip. There's a lot of factors that are involved in there, but somewhere around 8.5 minutes is a safe. Jaychalke making quick work of the Metroids in the first Torian room. So you have to dispose of all the Metroids in each Torian room in order to unlock the door to move on. Nice grouping strat, and we are on our way to the next one.
He got health bombed in that first Metroid room, but getting great drop luck in the second Metroid room, so he has pretty much full ammo and full HP. Smartly, very, very, very wise move there to go back and get that super drop after getting none from that last Metroid.
Yes, drops are extremely important at this part of the game. They want to be leaving this area with at least 15 regular missiles and 10 super missiles, but if they have a little bit less than that in terms of super missiles, there are options that we can go back and refill in other places, but without the proper ammo count, it could make the Mother Brain 1 fight very, very tight, and the potential for soft lock could be very high.
Absolutely, but I think he's got full ammo, so he's looking really, really good heading into the maybe we'll see if he goes for baby skip. Meanwhile, Link Hero of Time has fully exited both Norfair and Meridia, so he's heading up to Criteria. Now, with only 292 health, I wonder if we're going to see a ship refill from him as well. I'm happy to report that neither runner elected to kill the Sephi fish, although I think Jaychalke may have inadvertently shot it a single time, so maybe just keeping it in check without actually destroying it. Oh, Jaychalke just barely missing the baby skip, but choosing to face left, saving those 40 frames.
So unfortunately, there's one piece of coral that's at the top of that room right there, and that was that one piece that he hit that made him miss that baby. Other than that, everything was set up perfectly. The baby was ovaling around him, jump roping just right, but when he jumped and morphed, he ended up bonking right into that coral, and it allowed the Metroid to grab him.
Link Hero Time bypassing the ship refill, but heading into Torian, or heading into G4, I should say. Not looking bad at all. His ammo looks fine. His health looks fine.
Uh-oh, Jaychalke. The eye door giving him a little bit of trouble there.
Good call by Jaychalke here, especially like you said, Oshino, after that Ghidorah, that eye door gave him a little bit of trouble. He's got 20 and 8, but still has to open the last room to the Mother Brain room. So 20 and 7, I believe, is pretty tight. Let's see him get this Zeb skip.
First try Zeb skip, no big deal.
They just make that look so easy.
So this room is really perilous. The Rinkas are the little flaming Cheerios that are flying around, just getting in your way. There's also turrets at the top of each of those little segments in the room, and they will snipe the missiles right out of your blaster on the way over to Mother Brain's face.
Phew. I think Jaychalke got sniped on one of his supers, but he finishes up Mother Brain 1 with just a single missile left over. Really nice fight.
Yes, very, very well executed. $20 charged plasma shots from Jaychalke, and this fight will be over with. However, it's not completely not perilous for Jaychalke. Mother Brain has a slew of cafe-style entrees ready for him. We've got everything from meatballs to onion rings to the old ketchup beam. But Jaychalke, not falling for the ketchup beam, makes easy work of Mother Brain.
That was a really quick Mother Brain 2 fight. GG for Jaychalke. I mean, he got a great opening. Mother Brain didn't open with the meatball like she usually does. She just kind of bobbed and weaved back and forth. I think he got an extra 2 or 3 charge beam shots in before she delivered her first onion. So really, really lucky. Really good RNG. Really clean fight from Jaychalke. Link Hero Time, though, blazing through those Metroid rooms. His ammo's looking terrific. He's got 25 and 14 with nearly full HP, so I don't think there'll be any sort of shenanigans heading up to Mother Brain.
So Link Hero of Time, choosing to purposely damage himself down, probably does not feel confident in his baby skip abilities, or probably has not practiced the strat too much. But if he can take the damage now, then that's less time that the Metroid needs to hug his health. Jaychalke, being protected by the baby, just taking all the greasy onion rings right to the outer
Goodbye, baby Metroid, and thank you very much for the hyper beam.
Jaychalke giving Mother Brain the taste of the rainbow, avenging the baby Metroid.
That was a terrific Mother Brain 3 from Jaychalke. He definitely strung a lot of hyper beam shots together. Mother Brain couldn't attack, couldn't slow him down. But now Link taking a safety save before heading into Mother Brain. Setting up for that Zeb skip. I believe he's going with the down back Zeb skip.
Gets the Zeb skip, and we are on our way.
I like that setup though. You can just hold the down button, and then as soon as you take damage, you can transition to that down back with that opposite, the input of an opposite direction that you're facing. And just a down back on top of that Rinka, and just absolutely mercilessly pumping Mother Brain's face full of super missiles. No snipes from turrets, nothing. Just absolute pulverizing delivery of supers. So now Jaychalke is escaping from Zebus because it's going to explode, while Link Hero Time is taking on Mother Brain 2. We'll see if he gets the great RNG at the beginning of this fight too. But Jaychalke bonking the first platform, set up for that Behemoth Spark, going with the right side Spark as a backup. Link Hero Time looking absolutely solid against Mother Brain 2 as he enters the catch-up phase.
Nice easy fight from Link Hero of Time. Didn't take a single hit of unintended damage. However, at the end, he is purposely damaging himself down so that he has 301 health, or slightly more at that point, so that when he gets hit by the Rainbow Beam, Mother Brain will instantly transition to the next part. And Jaychalke, winner of this round, finishes with, I don't have the official estimate.
I'll jump in, Oshino, no problem. Jaychalke has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 59:21. Let's give a
Hyper
hyper clap for
clap.
Jaychalke.
Shall we see if he wants to join us for a little interview?
Absolutely. Looks like he has accepted our invite invitation. We just need the bot to send him the link to the Discord. Oh, there he is. Let's get him in here. Jaychalke, GG's, and congratulations on the W.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing terrific. Oshino, how are you doing?
I'm great. Oh, you asked Oshino. Well, sorry, it's now 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm a little bit tired.
Oh yeah, your hours are a little strange for this, but
For sure. Yeah, that was an interesting race. I was saving a lot of time here and there. I'm trying to remember where exactly things went wrong the most. My gun fight was, I got picked up a few times, and that was it threw me off for the rest of the run there. But I think it was good overall. Still sub hour, and I think Link is actually on PB pace.
I think
Their
so
PB's
too,
in
Jaychalke.
hour 2. It's possible. Maybe I'm not sure with their seconds, but actually they told me right here 102.07. It's tight.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But still, running within that close to his PB time in a race setting is a very impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That just shows consistency.
So Jaychalke, you have completed 6 races in the first ever Super Metroid Prodigy Any Percent tournament. How does it feel? How does it feel to be a part of this tournament and to have completed it?
I was actually just about ready to ask if that was the final race. I wasn't for sure or not. So yeah, 6. I think I went 3-3 overall. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it was definitely a blessing to be able to be in a tournament. I love tournaments, so big thanks to the people who put it on. I love tournaments. Any tournament, doesn't matter the game, I'm there. I think I've been in like 20 plus tournaments in the past year of just games. I just love I love racing in general. It's a lot of fun. But for Super Metroid, I've been improving a lot. I came into the tournament with an hour 6 PB, and so I've brought it down all the way to a 55. So I'm pretty happy with that. My goal has always been a sub hour, so to get already a 55 is a blessing.
Yeah, to not only beat that sub hour, but to beat it by 5 minutes is a really good feat.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm working down to maybe get to a 53 or a 54 maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah. Ooh, GG to. Oh, hold on. I'm a little.
No sweat.
I saw the SRL pop up and I'm like, ooh, GG.
Yeah, it looks like Link electing to save the animals here.
Nice.
Another minor controversy in this tournament is whether or not the runner saves the animals. But
my philosophy is if I've lost, I will then save. Knowing I am the last runner on the planet and the animals still have a chance to live.
For sure. So Link Hero, GG's to Link Hero of Time, finishes up with an official SRL time of 1 hour 3 minutes and 51 seconds. So let's see if we can get him in for an interview as well.
And I will stay just to say a quick GG to Link, but then I have to bounce because it's very, very late.
Totally understandable. I know you said it was super late where you are.
Mm-hmm. I'm in Germany, by the way.
No, greetings. Thanks for running this. I know this was the very first race of the 6th round, so yeah, thank you for, getting in and getting it done quick. Looks like Link's here. He's just gotta join us here. Link, GG.
Yeah, thanks, GG, Jay.
GG, Link. was a really good, consistent run, I'd say. You're on pretty close to your PB, and that's in a race setting. That's definitely nice.
Yeah, I was basically other than the disaster at Red Tower, I was basically on PB pace until Botwoon. And it was like Botwoon kind of threw a wrench in it because Botwoon gave me a really bad pattern. And then I got grabbed by Dragon. That just killed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also got grabbed by Dragon. I was just like, no.
Yeah, because I goop sparked into the ceiling and then pretty much immediately got grabbed after that. And
that's always the worst when you goop spark the ceiling, and if that's not bad enough, you fall down right into Dragon's arms and you get little spankings, and it's never a good sequence of events. I could just see the plus on my segment just skyrocket the more Dragon picked me up. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I mean, other than, like, my early game I was really happy with, and like I golded a couple of early splits, and it was that, and then and then I wound up going into Lower Norfair with not a lot of energy, so I wound up picking up Firefly just so that I could get a health refill.
Mm-hmm.
Which normally, I've in a PB attempt, I would skip that tank, but just for race safety.
Right. I'm with how much damage I took at Ridley. I'm actually kind of glad that I sat there for a second. I was like, oh, do I want to farm or do I want to just go for it? I'm like, I don't know. My mind is not quite here right now. I'll go farm. I took a lot of damage at Ridley, so I'm glad I farmed or I would have died.
Yeah, it was the same for me. I think, I don't know, I lost count of the number of shots, and then
Same.
I thought he was dead twice, and then I had to shoot him a couple more times and took a bit of damage while doing that. So, yeah, I think I'm definitely glad I took the Firefly tank, because I think it would have taken longer between farming and me having to play the Ridley fight a lot safer. And even then, it's Ridley is a troll, and no matter how well you think you can deal with him, sometimes Ridley just says no to your run.
Right.
For sure. So, Link, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Jay. Jay, if you don't want to, you don't have to stick around, but thank you so much for hanging around, and wishing GGs to Link, and thank you very, very much for your participation in the tournament.
I watched the race as it was happening, and I want to say that you two were definitely one of the best comms I've heard this tournament so far.
Jay,
so thank you.
That's very flattering, and I believe for Oshino, I can't speak to his commentary experience in other tournaments or other races, but this is the first time he's done commentary for the Super Metroid Prodigy Tournament. So,
it was
big round
great.
of applause to Oshino.
Thank you very much. This is actually my very first commentary period.
It's just you were very warm. I don't know how to put it. Very warm to the mistakes and very, I don't know, encouraging. So it's I don't know. I felt very encouraged. So thank you for that.
Absolutely, Jay. I mean, that's what this tournament's all about. It is about, improvement and PBs and community and friendship and lots of other things that are fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope that this tournament will continue, and that we'll see more involvement and more participation in future iterations of it.
Absolutely. Sure. If there's a tournament, I'm there.
Right on, Jay.
All right. Have a good day, night, and morning, everybody. Bye-bye.
You too, Jay. Thanks so much.
We'll see you around.
So, Link, I asked Jay before you finished up your run, just kind of quickly summarize, now that you've completed your 6 guaranteed races in this tournament, how does it feel? How does it feel to have joined this tournament and participate in it and now complete it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely really glad I did this, and because it's really forced me to kind of sit down and practice any percent a lot, and I think like even my seeding PB, which was like a 104, which was a very high 104, like was because I was like doing a lot of any percent practice prior to the tournament. So like even that was like a 3-minute PB over my previous PB, like when the tournament was first announced. So it's like, so my like I feel like this tournament's improved my PB more than just like what the spreadsheet shows. But and yeah, I'm definitely there were I mean I've had a couple of really good races like this one, and then there was one earlier in the tournament where I actually PB'd, and a couple of races where some awkward things happened and I wound up with some pretty times I wasn't necessarily happy with. But I don't know, I'm happy with the time I got in this race. Like getting a 103 with saving the animals is considering its race setting, and like anything can happen. Like me being able to like consistently hit like a 103 or even like 104 time is much better than I would have been able to do before the tournament started.
Oh, right
Yeah.
on, right on. And yeah, I don't want you to sell yourself short there, Link. I mean, getting a 2-minute PB during this tournament and like being like on the cusp of sub hour, like that's a huge time save. But then, like you said, to have been able to push yourself before and during the tournament, and that, like you said, the spreadsheet kind of doesn't tell the whole story, like to just have really, really improved that much, that's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah, and I definitely want to try to get that last bit of like to get the sub hour, which I think is just going to take like having this kind of good early game, not screwing up Red Tower as badly as I did in this run, and like just following it up with a good mid to late game, which unfortunately kind of fell apart a bit for me in this run. But if I can put all the pieces together, I think I can get it. I mean, I improved my sum of best pretty significantly just this run, so I tend to have these run just unexpectedly out of the blue. I'll just have this god run, and yeah, so it's just like one of these runs it'll happen.
We know you got it in you. You got that
Absolutely,
sub hour
Link.
easy.
You can definitely do it. You got the right mindset, you got the practice, you got the tools, you got the talent. So we're looking forward to seeing you maybe in future Prodigy tournaments.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I just also want to say like GG to Jaychalke, and thanks to him, like he's had like we scheduled this kind of on really short notice because like he's been like I guess he's got just a really hectic week, so like it wasn't necessarily an ideal time for him, but he was willing to make it work, and like thanks to Speed Gaming for putting this race on when it was basically scheduled at the 23rd hour. And thank you to you two for commentating this, also on probably really short notice.
Oh yeah, no sweat, Link. We had a blast. I think you know, Shino, you definitely have the talent for this. You came into this, you came in with a ton of game knowledge, and I really am really impressed. Like you sound like a seasoned commentator. Like it's really terrific. And I had a blast. I had a blast, you know, in the booth doing comms with you.
Yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun doing the commentary, and thank you for supporting me on my first endeavor into commentating. It definitely made it a little bit easier to get it out of the way. That's
No, absolutely. You should definitely stick with it, even as we enter the playoffs for this tournament. It's a lot of fun. It definitely is a lot of fun. But Link, if you don't have anything more to say, I think we're gonna get things wrapped up here.
Yeah, I think that's about it for me.
All right, Oshino, you want to take us out?
All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. This has been the Super Metroid Prodigy Tournament between Link Hero of Time 64 and Jaychalke. Please follow the runners. That's Link Hero of Time 64 and Jaychalke. Runners links are in the chat, and we will see you guys for the next